Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. In this video, I'll be revealing my exact Bitcoin price targets. I'll show you the exact levels of support and resistance to look out for Bitcoin. And yeah, once again, I'll give you my exact price targets for if Bitcoin breaks those resistance levels. And later in the video, I will be doing some Ethereum analysis as well. I'll be revealing my exact Ethereum price targets now that it's officially broken its all-time high. So make sure you're sticking around for that later in the video. And towards the end of the video, I will be talking about Chainlink once again. And if you want me to talk about more altcoins on this channel, then just let me know in the comments down below right now. And if a few of you mentioned the same altcoin, I'll be sure to make a video about it in the future. But yeah, if all of that sounds good to you, then make sure you leave a like on the video down below. And also, if you're new, make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on. I put a lot of time and effort into these videos, and it only takes just a couple seconds for you guys to click like and subscribe, but that means a lot to me. And yeah, I just seriously appreciate all of your support. But yeah, with all that being said, let's get straight into the video. So right here, we're on the Bitcoin US dollar chart. We're on the 2-hour chart. Now, not my last video, which was a longer term analysis. The video before that, I filmed that video at around these areas right here, just after the massive Elon Musk pump and dump that we had just a few days ago. And yeah, just to quickly recap my technical analysis in my last short-term video, which once again was 2 videos ago on the channel now, I said that Bitcoin got a bounce off of this line of resistance, well, previous resistance, now support. And I said for Bitcoin to stay bullish, it has to keep on bouncing off this line of support in order for Bitcoin to remain bullish. And that's exactly what's happened since that video. Because if you didn't already know, this white line that I've drawn on the chart, that was previous resistance, as you can see on the chart. So if you look here on the chart, this big line of resistance that I've drawn out started nearly a month ago, back at the start of January, at the all-time high at around 42,000. That was the first resistance point at this line. And then we got resistance here, we got rejected here, and a small little rejection here before finally breaking out. So this was the official breakout above this line of resistance, as I've mentioned in my last 2 videos. And I have 2 major strategies that I use to confirm if a breakout is real. The first way is I look at the volume. I see if there's big volume coming in, then that's one way that confirms the breakout is real. And obviously, as soon as this price spiked up here, we got a massive spike in volume, and that was one confirmation that the breakout is legit. And the second method that I use to confirm that a breakout is real is simply just looking for a retest of new support. And that's exactly what happened. Once again, Bitcoin came down to retest its previous resistance as new support, and it's confirmed this as support now twice. It's got 2 bounces, and yeah, it's continued to bounce up. So right now, Bitcoin is looking incredibly bullish at the moment. Also, since my last video, we did have a small inverse head and shoulders play out on the chart. Obviously, I didn't really mention this in my last video because I recorded my last video like way back here. But for all of you that have been learning from my previous videos, learning to look for patterns like this was a very good trade. It actually met the target perfectly. If I measure out the exact target, it came up to pretty much the exact price target to the nearest dollar. But yeah, so that inverse head and shoulders is already played out. So where to next for Bitcoin? And well, right now, Bitcoin is looking kind of neutral, but nearing the bullish side. So just looking at the charts just here, we are making some higher lows in the short term, which is very good for Bitcoin. And right now, there isn't too many obvious patterns in the chart after this inverse head and shoulders has already played out. Perhaps the only pattern that I could draw might be this rising wedge pattern, as you can see here, but it's not that perfect of a pattern. As you can see, it's kind of tough to draw where these lines should go, which means there isn't necessarily a rising wedge pattern after all. Honestly, just from looking at the charts, it's very likely that we pretty much head sideways for the next couple days. That's honestly what I would be expecting, basically just sideways choppy movements. As of right now, I wouldn't be expecting any massive moves, especially after we already had this massive move less than a week ago. So yeah, to be honest, right now, this can be actually a pretty good accumulation area if you've missed the previous accumulation areas down here. I've been telling my subscribers on this channel over the past few weeks to buy into Bitcoin at around these $30,000 levels all the way down here. So if you just watched my previous videos all the way through, then you would be in a massive profit right now. So yeah, make sure you're watching these videos all the way to the end so you don't miss any of this valuable information. But yeah, I've already mapped out on the chart a pretty important support level for Bitcoin, and that's coming in at around 34,600 US dollars. And that's what this yellow line right here is. And if I zoom out a little bit, as you can see, it provided some resistance here, some resistance here, resistance here and some support just here once it broke back above that line. So in the short term, that's a level to watch out for Bitcoin to be supported by. If Bitcoin does come back down to that $34,600 level, and especially if Bitcoin does get another small bounce, even though Bitcoin bouncing from that level is bullish, this can also turn into a bearish pattern. Because if Bitcoin just gets a small bounce from that level and then comes back down again, that will potentially be forming another head and shoulders pattern. Now, this is only on the 2-hour chart, so it's not like Bitcoin's gonna have a massive crash from this head and shoulders pattern. Once again, this is just letting you guys know all of the patterns that I'm seeing on the charts right now. So this head and shoulders pattern, once again, is not confirmed at all. To start with, the Bitcoin price would have to come back down to 34,600 for this head and shoulders to continue to form. So yeah, I'm just letting you know, if Bitcoin does break below the $34,500 level, then I'll just measure a rough target, and that will bring us down to around $32,500, which will basically just bring us back down to these lows here, which we were at just a few days ago. And as far as upside targets go, I would be keeping an eye on this level up here. This is mainly because of the massive rejection that we got up here at that Elon Musk pump. Right now, this level of resistance is coming in at around $38,600 US. So if Bitcoin just continues to head up like this, then yeah, I'll be looking at around that level that we could see some more resistance at, considering that we did run into that resistance level back here once again. And honestly, if Bitcoin breaks above that $38,500 level, then my next Bitcoin target would simply be the all-time high at $42,000 US. Right now, Bitcoin's in a very good position. It's not far from its all-time high, which is great. It's on the recovery stage of this correction that it's been in for close to a month now. And honestly, this is the time that you want to be accumulating Bitcoin. Once again, this is not financial advice. Always make sure you do your own research, but that's exactly what I'm doing. And that's exactly what I have already done. I've been accumulating Bitcoin at around the low $30,000 areas, as I've mentioned in my last few videos. And if I didn't accumulate in those levels, if I missed out on those lower levels, then I myself would be dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin right now, because it's just only a matter of time until Bitcoin breaks its all-time high again. Now, heading over to the Ethereum US dollar chart, we're on the 4-hour chart for Ethereum. And as you can obviously tell, Ethereum has officially broken its all-time high. So honestly, congratulations to everyone that has been buying Ethereum. You are all now in a profit. And as I've been mentioning on my channel for weeks now, Ethereum has been forming this ascending triangle pattern on the chart. And it's just been so obvious. Honestly, it's been perfectly trading within this price range. And if you don't already know, this type of pattern, this ascending triangle pattern, is a bullish pattern. In fact, in my last Ethereum video that I uploaded on this channel, which was just 2 videos ago now, I mentioned this exact pattern, and I told you all that this is a bullish pattern, that it's likely to break to the upside, and that's exactly what's happened. So yeah, seriously, make sure you subscribe with notifications on so you're not missing any of this important information that I'm telling you guys. But yeah, just as Ethereum broke out of this pattern here into new all-time highs, we did see a nice spike in volume, as you can see here, and that's confirmation number 1 that this breakout is a real breakout. Now, confirmation number 2 for this breakout would simply be if the price comes back down to this previous level of resistance and tests it and confirms it as new support. Once again, if that happens, that would be double confirmation that this breakout is real. But I'll just mention it now, this doesn't have to happen at every breakout. Just one of those confirmations have to happen to actually confirm the breakout. But if we get both, then that's just like a double confirmation. But yeah, so the previous Ethereum all-time high was at around 1460. And at the time of recording this video, Ethereum has currently pushed up to around 1570 to 1580, which has obviously been some great gains so far, and this is just the start of it. Keep in mind, when Bitcoin broke its $20,000 all-time high just about a month or 2 ago, Bitcoin went from 20,000 to 40,000 within basically 1 month. So honestly, I would not be surprised if Ethereum goes to 2,000 to 3,000 within the next month. In fact, those are my price targets that I'm looking out for before Ethereum has its next cool off. On this next run to the upside, if this breakout is fully successful, which so far it's showing to be, then honestly, Ethereum could run straight into the $2,000 range before it has any signs of slowing down. But yeah, as for price targets and levels of support and resistance, well, levels of support is obviously the top of this ascending triangle right here. This is going to be some massive support for Ethereum now. It's going to be very important for Ethereum to hold this level for it to remain bullish. This level is currently coming in at around 1,450 US dollars. So once again, it's incredibly important that Ethereum Ethereum holds this level as new support if Ethereum does come back down to retest that level. The most likely scenario is Ethereum kind of chops around these levels for a little bit while it gains new support at these levels before its next big push to the upside. And as far as upside targets and upside resistance, well, Ethereum right now has none. Ethereum is in all-time highs right now, which means it's in price discovery. And obviously when that happens, it's got no previous price that it's traded at above the price that it's at now. So there's not really much we can go off on the charts. Perhaps the only thing that we can actually look for upside price targets is the Fibonacci extensions that I've drawn out on the chart right here. If I draw it out from the previous high at around 1460 down to this low that we had down here at around 1050 US dollars, then that shows us some Fibonacci levels that could potentially be some resistance for us in the future. Now, the next big Fibonacci level that is above the price is at around 1730 US dollars, and that's the 161.8% Fibonacci level. So yeah, I'll just map it out on the chart right here. This is at 1730, and that could possibly be our next level of resistance. But in my opinion, Ethereum's looking incredibly bullish right now. It's freshly broken into new all-time highs, and honestly, I'll be targeting around the $2,000 range within the next few weeks and months. Now, heading over to the Chainlink US dollar chart, we're on the 4-hour chart for Chainlink, and right now Chainlink's incredibly close to its all-time high once again. Chainlink's all-time high is right here, and that comes in at around $26.20. And as of recording this video, Chainlink is currently at around $24.30. So obviously it's pretty close to its all-time high. Chainlink is currently forming higher lows on its chart, as you can see here, and it seems to be forming a similar pattern to what Ethereum has been forming over the past few weeks. Chainlink is potentially forming this ascending triangle pattern, which once again is a bullish pattern. This pattern has about a 70% chance to break to the upside and about a 30% chance to break to the downside. So it can still break to the downside, don't get me wrong, but it's much more likely to break to the upside. And considering the fact that Ethereum has broken to the upside into new all-time highs, a lot of the altcoins, especially the bigger altcoins like Chainlink, tend to follow what Bitcoin and Ethereum do. And so honestly, right now, Chainlink's looking incredibly bullish. It's forming a bullish pattern, and one of the cryptos that's most correlated with, which is Ethereum, is broken into new all-time highs. And yet once again, Chainlink is still in this uptrend that it's been in for the past few months now. And the level of resistance for Chainlink is coming in at around $26 at the all-time high. That's the top of this ascending triangle pattern. And the levels to the downside to watch out for is coming in at around $22.50. That's the bottom of this ascending triangle pattern right now. Chainlink has to hold above $22 in order for it to remain bullish. And yet if Chainlink does break below those levels, then I'll be targeting the $20 level, because that was the previous all-time high for Chainlink, and as you can see, it got supported back here. So that could be some pretty big support for Chainlink if it breaks down. But once again, as I mentioned earlier, this is a bullish pattern and it's much more likely to break to the upside. And if that happens, well, I'll quickly measure my price target just here, and I'll be targeting in the $30 US range. More specifically at around $33 US before Chainlink has its next potential cool off. So obviously that's some massive profits still to be made in Chainlink, and congratulations to all of you that have been buying into Chainlink over the past few weeks. Exactly what I've been telling you guys to do in my previous videos on the channel. But yeah, that's just about everything I have to say for this video. If you enjoyed the video, then please make sure to leave a like on the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on. It just takes a couple of seconds to do that once again, but that means a lot to me and it helps out the channel a lot. And if you have any questions, feedback, or suggestions for me, let me know in the comments down below. I will read and reply to every single comment on this video. So if you have any thoughts that you want me to know, just let me know in a comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But yeah, that's just about everything for this video. I really hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.